to make it concrete, we did 4 things. We worked on the outsole. We left traction only where you need it. We took it away where you don't. And worked together with Continental to create a extremely thin rubber piece, especially in the forefoot. The biggest weight jump or weight reduction jump was on the foam, where from the previous version of the Lightstrike Pro Evo foam, we shaved off 50% in terms of weight. And then we looked at other industries for inspiration for the upper. In this case, you have a material that is inspired by what you can find in kite surfing. So it's extremely light, but also extremely durable. And the last interesting piece is we worked on the laces. Even there, by shortening the standard length, we were able to shave off 2-3 grams. So from the Evo 2 to this one, we reduced the running economy by 1.6%. Right? And the Evo 2 was already arguably the best marathon shoe in the industry. And when you translate 1.6% to minutes, you can see we're starting to talk about being over the 2-hour barrier to being under. Of course, it's the athletes who run the race. Our job as a company is to give them the best possible equipment so that they can unfold their full potential. But we're glad to think we could help Sebastian in reaching that goal.
Yeah, the shoes took minutes out of what an athlete could do, for sure. How much time they give an athlete, we'll never be able to pin down that number to the seconds, but it's on the order of a couple minutes. So I would say by, our best estimates, it's probably 2 to 3 minutes. And that's the original form of the super shoes. So the Nike Vaporfly, and then kind of most companies, it took them a while to do it, but by, 5-6 years after that, I would say by 2022, 2023, most companies had a shoe, or most major companies had a shoe that was similar to that. And so, so that benefit, that 3 to 4% efficiency benefit translating to a 2 to 3% performance benefit, that gives you several minutes. So when we look at Dennis Cometto's world record of 2:02:57 prior to these shoes, I think the shoes could account for almost all of that. At least 2 minutes of it, I think. The shoes are still taking form, and it kind of opened up a box though of like, I don't know if we're ever going to get back to a point where we're not wondering what the effect of the footwear is on the time. Whereas previously, the thing that was so beautiful about running was like, athlete crosses the finish line and you look at the clock and it's like, that athlete did that. Now it's like, that athlete and their shoes did that. And I don't know how much, we don't know how much to parse to the athlete and how much to parse to the shoes. And that's sometimes that's a conscious exercise, but it's also a subconscious exercise now. And that's the thing that saddens me, is like that, I love running shoes and the sport of running, and I love having these conversations, but I also sort of resent it a little bit of like, man, I wish I was just wondering about his training,